Today we are starting our discussion on Buddhism for the young with a poem written by our youngest member, Tevidu. He has written and it is included in a book of poetry published in Great Britain, Emotions, the feelings. And without knowing that it is Buddhism, he has written a poem on the basic nature of Buddhism, the spirit of Buddhism. The topic he has given is calm. Calmness is the basis of Buddhism. Buddhist meditation is being calm. Calm physically, calm verbally, calm mentally. Calming down the mind. And that was the original religious system that was there at the time of the Buddha in North India. The meditation called calming down the mind is called Samatha Bhavana at that time. Samatha Bhavana, calming down the mind. Before calming down the mind, we have to calm down the body. In meditation posture in India, they sit together. Physically calm down, not moving. The body is not moving. And verbally calm down, words are not moving. That means relax from physical activity, calm down the physical activities. No intentional activities but unintentional, indeliberate activities, natural activities. The body is breathing. You are not doing it. The I is not there, the self is not there, body is breathing. The blood is circulating. The food is getting digested. Cells are working. All atoms are working. They are spontaneous, they are natural. That means calmness is the basic nature of the nature. Things happen, trees grow. We don't see them growing, but they happen naturally, spontaneously. They bear fruit. They blossom. Natural activities happen calmly. Clouds are floating calmly. Calmness means spontaneous, natural, undisturbed. Calm mind means undisturbed mind. That is a Buddhist mind. Right. In Samatha Bhavana, called tranquility, this is called tranquility, translated in English as tranquility meditation. To make the mind tranquil, first you have to make your body tranquil, not moving, allowing only the natural activities. That means your ego is not working. When you are doing something, the intention is there to do something. Intention means you do things intentionally. But what happens in your body, it happens unintentionally. Therefore, refraining from intentional activities, physical activities. That means the ego, the self, the idea of I, that selfishness, I want this, I don't want it, those emotions are not working when the body is calmed down. Then words are calmed down, no speech, not speaking. In the meditation posture, the person who is doing meditation is free from physical activities and verbal or oral activities. And also, His mind is calmed down means it is free from intentional activities, not thinking. The calm mind is not a thinking mind. Thinking is an activity, intentional, based on self. We think of things that we like, that we dislike, that we are ignorant of. In Pali, the Buddha's language, that we think of things because of our raga, attachment. We get attached to things that we like. We think of things that we dislike. That means based on resentment. Disliking it based on resentment. Dosa, jesha. Then we think of things that we do not know. We want to know. We are inquisitive. But here, calm mind is free from likes, dislikes, and ignorance. Free from ignorance means it is aware, it is sensitive. Calm mind is very sensitive, very alert, full of energy, not lazy. It is very energetic because it is conserving its energy, the mental energy. We use our mental and physical energy. We use physical energy to activities. Now that energy is conserved, free from physical activities. We use energy to talk. In the meditation mood, we are not talking. The body is free from intentional activities. The mouth is free from intentional talking, non-talking. And mind is free from intentional activities of thinking. Mind has two main activities. One is sensing. Other is thinking. Sensing is a spontaneous, natural activity. It happens naturally. The eye can see, but eye is not looking. When we are looking, there is an intention. There is I. There is the need to do it. We have a certain purpose, certain motive. No, motiveless. The eye can see. The ear can hear, not listening. Listening, there is an intention. No karma. They are free activities. Enlightened ones, they do not do anything, not even enlightened one. Even after the first stage of enlightenment, that's called Sotapanna. Dilmit asked me question the other day how to become a Sotapanna. And I told that day his mother, he is already Sotapanna. Sotapanna is in the extreme Vinaya stage. He has come to the extreme going towards the Nirvana, going towards enlightenment. That is why these children, they feel like coming here to have discussion like this. Now, in meditation, things happen naturally. And your very coming here is not really intentional. You get together and as a family, you come here. It happens automatically. Not much deliberation, indeliberate activities. No deliberation. Thinking is always based on deliberation of the self. What self like, what the self dislike, what the self does not know. That means thinking is based on raga, dosa, moha. In meditation, when the mind is calmed down, it's called samatha, means calm down. Tranquility. The mind is tranquil. The mind is not thinking. Just become aware of only the sensations. In Ratan Sutra, Chatabi Thanani Abhabbo Khatum, after the extreme meaning stage called Sotapanna. Cha means 6. Thanani means places. That means our 6 sense organs, 5 external sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue, the skin, and also the internal sense organ, our mind, our brain. They are not working intentionally in meditation. That means the ego, anatta, that is a stage of an enlightened mind. When the mind is calm, this topic is calm. When one is calm, that person is practically enlightened. Practical enlightenment means free from likes, free from dislikes, free from ignorance. That mind is vita ragi, vita dosi, vita mohi. Vita ragi, free from attachment. Vita dosi, free from resentment. Vita mohi, free from ignorance. That mind is aware, alert, knows. In the Bahya Sutta, discourse called Bahya Sutta, an ascetic called Bahya asked the Buddha the shortest cut to Nirvana, while the Buddha was on his arms around. While standing on the road, within few seconds, Buddha uttered few words, and at that very moment, before 1 minute, Bahya got enlightened, became an Arahant. What did the Buddha say? Tasmatiya Bahya ditte ditte mattam bhavisati. When you see something, just be aware of seeing. Don't think of what you see. You don't think of means you are really aware, really absorbed in it, really gone deep into what you see, the full of attention, full of life, love, kindness. You are there, you have become one with what you see. Now in this calmness, he becomes one with what he sees. That is the calmness of the mind. That is the nature of an enlightened mind. I is not there. There is no difference between the object of the sense organ and yourself. You become one with the object. When you talk to the mother, you become one with the mother. When you talk to a friend, you become one with that friend. When you see a bird flying in the air, you become one with. You get really absorbed in that. That is the state of a calmness mind. You become very sensitive. Sensitivity is the basis of all our virtues. There is no virtue higher than being sensitive. Dana, donation, giving, charity is based on sensitiveness. All the discipline, sila is based on sensitivity. And enlightenment is based on sensitivity. And the calmness of Tevidu is based on his sensitivity to the environment. Now, before going further deep into the deep idea of Buddha's teaching, let us see what Tevidu has written. As calm as a feather in the open white sand. Feather in the open white sand. Purity, open, white sand. Their togetherness, sangha, white sand, feather. When I read that first line of poem, what came to my mind was how Henry Wordsworth Longfellow saw daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that float over high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, beside the lake, beneath the trees. He becomes one with the daffodils. Now here, he becomes one with the feather. He has forgotten himself. The self is not there. This is the nature of an enlightened mind. And this poem is not written by this boy. This is the sum total of his entire past lives. He has been an enlightened one even in the past lives. That is why he got the name of Tevindu, the Christian Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Brahma is the creativity, is identified as Brahma. Vishnu is the sustenance, the existence of system, is identified as Vishnu. Maheshwara, whatever that is created gets destroyed. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. The Trinity is embodied in Tevindu. That is the meaning of the word name. As calm as a feather, I wandered lonely as a cloud. Lonely means all in one. All in one means he became one with the cloud. I wandered lonely as a cloud. The cloud is passing. I became one with the cloud. I and the cloud, there are no differences between the two. Non-duality. Ekatma, that is the Pali word used by the Buddha. Water glistening down on a new land. You become one with the water glistening, illuminated by the sunlight, shining water. Now with these ideas, now he has gone into a different land. This is written by, how old is he?
8.
80. Now he must have written by the age of 7. A 7-year-old, 7 to 8 years old boy writing a poem of an enlightened mind. I feel like tears dripping in the ocean. Tears flowing. We call it Saturu Kaduru. You so joy, his ecstasy is so great, his feelings, emotions are so roused up, he feels tears flowing down through his delight of the moment. That means he was in a trance of meditation, transcendental meditation. He was in that first stage of meditation called Patamajjhana. Pita Sukham, Vivekajam, Pita Sukham, Patamajjhanam, Upasampajya Virati. In first stage of meditation, you become one with the delight of the mind. There is only delight, no mind, no thinking. Vivekajam, Pita Sukham. The mind is not thinking. When the mind is not thinking, it is not using its energy. Entire energy gets centered into one point. One pointedness of the mind. One pointedness of the mind. And while writing this poetry, he was of a one pointedness of the mind state. Feel like tears dripping in the ocean. When I think, and dripping in the ocean means the tears, so much of tears coming out, not physically. This is what happened. He was not crying. He was expressing it as if an ocean of tears are flowing from that. The delight so great. The tears means his on delight, his happiness. Feel like tears dripping in the ocean. When I think about it, it doesn't bother me. When I think about it, although he used the word think, it is not the real thinking. When I think about it, when I become aware of it, awareness is natural. The eye become aware, that is seeing. The ear can become aware. The mind can become aware. Although he used the word thinking physically, he became aware means not only just becoming aware of a different object, he became one with that particular object. absorbed in that particular object. That is deep absorption means meditation. No bothering, no trouble, that means mind is free from thinking. The mind is free from bothering means it's not bothering. The mind to never mind, he doesn't mind. He was in that, there's no need for thinking. You are so absorbed in it. I relax. What is meditation? Relaxation. Not concentration, not using force. The mind is relaxed, not concentrated. See how deep? I relax. I sit in a comfortable place. Physically comfortable, verbally comfortable, mentally comfortable. That is the place. In the Mahamangala Sutra, the second stanza, uttered by the Buddha. Patirupa desa vasocha pubbeta katpunyata atta samma panidita. Patirupa desa. Patirupa means wholesome, nice place. It is not a place, it is the mind. When the mind is free from thinking, it is in the correct place. It is not traveling about. The mind that is not traveling. In thinking, we think in terms of our past experience. Whenever we think of something, the mind goes to the dead past to get the information to think of, to rely on the thing. Now, suppose you hear the voice of your mother or father, then we experience it. You see the picture of mother or father or somebody, and your mind runs into the past incident of that particular experience. But here, I relax, I sit in a comfortable place. Not in a place, not sitting on a chair. He is there. This is a poetical expression, as if he is sitting comfortably. That means his mind is so relaxed, so calm. The very topic is calm. I read the book cover to cover. He gets so absorbed. He's reading the book. He's so absorbed in that book. He's reading from page to page, from cover to cover, from the front cover to the back cover. Totally absorbed in book. Deep study. He is on deep meditation. This is the poem not written by a 7-year boy or 8-year boy. This is a poem of an enlightened mind that he has inherited from his past. Not the past of this present life, but all his past lives. And this is the real spirit of Buddhism. Buddhism is a means of calming down the mind. Not concentrating, but through relaxation. Krishnamurti referred to it as mind that is choiceless awareness. Choice in concentration at the time of the Buddha, before he became enlightened, there was concentration. You think of one object and calm down the mind. Buddhist calmness. The mind is calm, choiceless awareness. He was reading things from beginning to the end. From cover to the cover. I read the book cover to cover. This is not reading a book. His mind is relaxed, aware, no choice. To make a choice, you make a choice of things that you like from what you dislike. But here there is no choice in that. You accept things as they are. Yatabhuta Jnana Darsana. That means we accept life as it is. And such a calmness cannot be taught, but not by preaching. That calmness can be taught, but by precepts. Now, for example, while I am talking, all those crowd here, the audience, the parents, the other brothers of the 7-year boy, they all are very calm, quiet, and there is in this very audience the calmness. Calmness is the main topic of that particular moment here now. That means we can absorb the bliss of meditation, the bliss of tranquility, the bliss of Nirvana. It is calmness. Nirvana is the state of a non-thinking mind. When Buddha got enlightened, in his first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he said, it is given in the Jaravagga of Dhammapada, Visankara gatan citta. My thinking ceased. Sankara means thinking. Punyavi sankara means good thinking. Apunyavi sankara means bad thinking, evil thinking. Anijjaba sankara means neutral thinking. At the moment of the mind, Buddha's mind was free of good thinking, bad thinking, and neutral thinking. No thinking. Why there is no thinking? Enlightenment means the mind becoming free from raga, dosa, moha. The mind is free from liking, free from disliking, free from ignorance. Awareness is there, but as said in the Bhaya Sutta, you can see, but you are not seeing what you see. You hear, you don't think of what you hear. The mind is calm. The topic of Tevindu's poetry. Nirvana is a state of calmness. This is Nirvana that he has experienced, maybe in a previous life. His mind was so calm. In fact, on the very first day I saw this boy, and when I heard his name is Theodu, I said, you have to bring that boy here. He is an enlightened being. That is why he got the name of Tevindu, Christian triad, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, three Indra, three gods, Christian Trinity, and that shows that he has inherited from his previous birth an enlightened mind. That's why he could write a poem based on the word calmness, revealing how he got absorbed in the beauty around him. Piti Sugha Ekakkata. Delight. Mind of delightfulness. Nirvana is delight. Where is the delightness in the mind? Buddha said, Visankara gatan citta. When you are not thinking, there is no thinking when you have no, as I mentioned it, when the mind is free from liking, disliking, and ignorance. When we are full of attention. Full of attention means, full of awareness means, full of love. You are interested in it. And these qualities, if you can give the young generation, if you can give the world through our own kindness, through our own calmness, we are all enlightened ones teaching Buddha's teaching to the world. In fact, the main idea of asking you to come with the children, the parents to come with the children, to spend a short time here, hour or two, is not to learn anything by what I preach. In fact, today I was not preaching. I myself got absorbed in Telugu's poem called Calm. Telugu's poem called Buddhist Meditation. It's not only Buddhist meditation, any meditation. What is Buddhist meditation? Mind the mind to never mind and end the mind. Mind the mind to never mind. Take anything as it is. Mother and father are quarreling. You just listen to it. You just become aware of it. You are not worried about it. That is how the parents behave. Somebody is quarreling on the road and you see bad news in the TV or radio or read bad news in the newspaper. You just become aware of it. You remain calm and quiet. That means when I asked the other day, Dilmi said, the use of, last time we were discussing about the use of Buddhism. He said it's useful in the mind becoming free from tension, worries, stress. Buddhism is useful to free the mind from stress, tension and worry. That's Buddhism. And that capacity is not coming from books. It is coming from within you. If you are wise enough, you are intelligent enough, you know how to relax at any environment. If all people around you, there's a poem written by Radha, if the entire world around you is quarreling, if you can be very calm and quiet listening to it, then you are an enlightened being. If something bad happens, okay. Therefore, today I never expected to read this poem by a 7-year boy written to a British collection of poetry. And as I mentioned, I am myself be delighted with the calmness of mind, and it has an infectious effect, because I myself became calm and quiet, getting absorbed in his own joy, in his own delight, because he said metaphorically, he was so delighted. The tears are dropping into an ocean. That means my tears turned into an ocean. That means I got really absorbed, really delighted. And if a boy of 7 years can make us so delighted, and if we can really absorb his spirit into our own heart, that is our enlightenment, here and now, not going far away. I think I have spoken too much. I don't know how long I spoke.
40 minutes, I think.
Oh, that's enough, right? Then we can finish it.